because I know many people out there waiting for this and wanted to know more information about how to come to Australia to work as a doctor here, to benefit all these blessings when you start working in Australia. Although I'm feeling a little crook and a bit unwell today because I've got the gift delivered to my doorsteps from Wuhan recently. But anyway, you know, to motivate myself as well while you are not feeling great, I thought to bring this video. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Bloom with Dr. Mahen. First of all, I want to give a big thank you for all who subscribe to my channel, commenting, sharing and appreciating my work, and that's actually keeps me going, and thank you so much. Okay, so not wasting any more of your time, so this video is all about the pathways to get registration with Australian Medical Board, the AFRA, and what are the main pathways, what exams you have to do, what are the assessment, what documents, what proof you need. So this is the second part of the video I did about how much doctors get paid in Australia, how to find jobs, and the links which I've actually given lots of details in there. So I hope you will enjoy this video, and let's talk about the steps and how and who actually is qualified to apply through each pathway. So when we talk about this topic, many would have actually already done their own research so far and found out what are the main pathways a doctor who is not trained in Australia or New Zealand has to go through. So as of any country, Australia has their own medical board, which is the AFRA, and AFRA is the body that does all the work of doctors' registration processes, cancellation of registrations, penalties and all sort of things. And AMC is another body that is actually not directly working with AFRA, but it actually helps AFRA or the doctors to improve or to get their qualifications ready to get registered with the AFRA or the medical body. So there are three main pathways an international medical graduate can apply for registration with AFRA. Pathways are, first one is the standard pathway, number two is the competent authority pathway, and final and third pathway is the specialist registration pathway. So those are the three pathways we're gonna talk in detail today. So I will not talk about the latter two a lot today, but I will give some background idea who those pathways are for. So the standard pathway is going to apply to many of you guys, especially for doctors who are not in a specialty training pathway, or the doctors who may in a specialty training pathway but they have not completed their specialty training exams yet, but still want to leave their country, come to Australia and work here. So the standard pathway consists of few steps. The first one is that you have to or you must complete Australian Medical Council CAT MCQ exam. After you actually complete that CAT MCQ exam, then you can apply for jobs here in Australia. if you get a job offer luckily, then you can apply using that job offer to get registered in AFRA, and you will get limited registration through this to initiate the work in Australia. After you have your limited registration, you can start working as a doctor in Australia. Then you have to fulfill certain requirements while you are working in Australia as a doctor. You have to go through certain assessment every year and submit these assessments to AFRA, and also you have to do certain medical specialities in order to get or in order to apply the general registration with the AFRA. So I will actually talk about what is limited registration, what is general registration, what are the differences in a separate video. If you want, please put a comment down below if you want to know about them. I'm not going to talk about them today because it's going to take a long time. So yes, so you have to do the AMC exam, and then you have to work 1 year, 2 years before you complete your clinical exam. So there are two ways that you can actually, once you have passed your AMC exam, once you started working and got your limited registration, there are two pathways that you can start working on in order to get your general registration with the AFRA. So the first way is you do your AMC clinical exam, or you can choose not to do your AMC clinical exam and go to workplace-based assessment pathway. So the workplace-based assessment pathway is not available in any metro area hospitals. It's mainly in some rural hospitals only, and very few hospitals offer that option for you. So it's up to you whether you want to go ahead with the AMC clinical exam, or if you want to go ahead with the workplace-based assessment pathway. So the AMC CAT MCQ exam consists of 150 MCQs, which runs through 3.5 hours, and that's computer based, and it's a multi-choice exam, and when we did it the same, I think now it is the same. So it is like an all-round exam. It will assess you on your clinical knowledge, management, investigations, clinical diagnosis in surgical, medical, gynecological, obstetrics, and psychiatric and other specialities. So that is your CAT AMC MCQ exam, where you have to go through if you are choose to, or if you have to go through the standard pathway. So the second pathway is the competent authority pathway. So this is for two groups of doctors. So this Australian Medical Board, or the AFRA, have identified certain countries, certain medical college facilities, that if the doctors who get graduated or trained from those countries' medical facilities, which is recognized by AFRA, they do not have to go through this standard pathway to get the initial registration with Australia. I'll put a link down below that you can check out what are those countries. Let me check. I've got it opened here, so I'll quickly have a look and let you know. So there are approved authorities from the competent authority pathway are the General Medical Council, United Kingdom, and also the PLAB examinations, or for graduates of GMC accredited medical courses in United Kingdom, and Medical Council of Canada, also Medical Council of New Zealand, and medical graduates of the United States or USMLE. So those are the authorities, and also Medical Council of Ireland is the other one. So there is a list, so you can actually have a look yourself. So definitely Asian countries and lots of other European countries are not included in that category. The second group of doctors who can skip the standard pathway and get the medical board registration through the competent authority pathway are the doctors who are in a specialist training program with a specialist training college. For an example, the Sri Lankans who do the postgraduate training programs on physician training, surgical training, those ones actually, if they have completed their examinations, the final examinations with those authorities, those doctors can apply for AFRA without doing AMC exams to get a specific registration or general registration in Australia to practice and complete their final years of advanced training. So that's the second group for competent authority pathway. Sorry, I have to do lots of coughing and interruptions through these videos because I'm getting lots of cough, very ticklish in the throat. So the third registration pathway to get the general registration with AFRA is the specialist registration pathway, and that is for specialist doctors who have trained in other countries other than Australia or New Zealand to get their medical training or their specialist qualification recognized by AFRA in order to get general registration to practice as a specialist in Australia. So those are the three main pathways. A doctor who is not trained in Australia can apply or can come to Australia and work as a doctor. So let's talk about this standard pathway. So in this video, I'll be actually mainly focusing on the standard pathway, the MCQ exam, what are the initial steps that you have to do in order to apply for AMC MCQ, the CAT exam, and what is the cost associated with this big process. So to go through this standard pathway, there are a few steps before you even get to apply for AMC CAT MCQ exam. So the first step is you have to have some clear idea what is ECFMG is, what is an EPIC account, what is the verification of the credentials, etc, etc. So this ECFMG is an authority or a body located in the USA, which AMC has outsourced to get international medical graduates' credentials verified. So that's the body that you're going to be working with. And for that, you will have to have an EPIC account. And to create an EPIC account, you have to spend a couple of $100 US, and I'll put the amounts in the description box and on the video and all the links below. So what is ECFMG? So that is the Educational Commission for Foreign Medical Graduates, and it is located in USA. And what is EPIC? EPIC is ECFMG's electronic portfolio of international credentials. So those people or the EPIC will create a portfolio for you to verify your credentials. So that's what ECFMG and the EPIC will do for you guys, in order for you to create an AMC portfolio to apply for AMC MCQ exam. So for that, as I said earlier, you'll have to spend a couple of $100. So the first thing you have to do is to establish an EPIC account, and then you have to get your medical degree or transcript or academic transcript as requested by this EPIC, and you have to send it to them, and this has to be done through your medical college, because EPIC is gonna work with them, and the medical college has to email the details of your medical qualification for them, and then this EPIC will verify your credentials and make an electronic portfolio for you guys. AMC can only accept 3 credential categories from EPIC regarding the verification for a primary medical qualification. The first one is final medical diploma. The second one is final medical transcript. The third one is alternate graduation document. So you have to have a final medical graduation or your degree certificate, and a medical transcript from the university you studied at. So to establish an EPIC account, the cost at the moment is $130. So they will use that money to establish an EPIC account for you, and also a certification of your identification by a notary cam. So that is the cost for establishment of an EPIC account. For the verification of each credential, you have to spend $100 per credential. So if you're going to verify your primary medical degree and your academic transcript, it will be costing you about $200. I will put all the details in the description box to contact ECFMG, the phone numbers, emails, and the addresses that you will need to use in the future. Third step is that you have to establish AMC portfolio. So that's the most important thing. So once the EPIC has verified your credentials, you will get an EPIC ID. It's EPIC, remember. You have to get that EPIC ID, and then you have to use that number, that special number, in order to make that or establish that AMC portfolio. And established your AMC portfolio, you will receive your AMC candidate number. Oh my god, you're gonna get the AMC candidate number. It just gives me goosebumps. I remember when I actually received it. So yes, that's how it works. Without your EPIC ID, you can't do it. So remember, first get your medical certificates, your credentials verified through ECFMG, and get that EPIC portfolio, and then once you received your EPIC ID, then using that you establish your AMC portfolio. So to establish an AMC portfolio is another pain, because you have to painfully spend some money on it. So good things actually are not very cheap. So I think, you know, if somebody wants a good life, good work-life balance, you have to actually sacrifice things for that as well. sacrifice your money, time, effort on it, and that's how you move forward. So let's see what's the cost involved with establishing an AMC portfolio. You have to spend 500 Australian dollars. That's a lot of money, guys, but still, think about it. So that includes establishment of your portfolio and one qualification which has been already verified, okay? And then you can actually access to all these fees and charges, and I'll drop a link below as well. So go and have a double or triple check before you start anything. And then so you have established your AMC portfolio, spending $500, and you have all your qualifications verified, and within 3 to 5 business days you will receive your AMC candidate number. So once that's done, then you can go into AMC website and apply online for your CAT MCQ exam. So let's talk about the cost involved with this CAT MCQ exams. The CAT MCQ exam will cost you $2,720. Guys, it's a lot of money. I might put the conversion amount on the screen for this. That's a lot of money, especially the guys who are working in Sri Lanka or India or any other Asian country. That's a lot of money, especially for those who are from Sri Lanka. If you want to go through this, please take it very serious, because you don't want to do this all over again. Failing your exam means you're gonna spend all this money all over again. $2,700 Australian dollars though. So be very serious about your exam. It's not a very easy exam, and it is not a very difficult exam as well. If I can pass this, you guys can pass it too. If many of the other international graduates can pass it, you can do it too. So first of all, get things ready, get all the resources ready before you apply, and also do some practice exams, practice MCQs, find resources. I might actually do a video on AMC MCQ resources. If you want that video, please comment down below so I can get ready and do one. You need to know this, guys. You can't really do your MCQ exam in Sri Lanka because there are no venues for that exam in Sri Lanka. So you have to travel to either Singapore or India or to Australia. There are so many other places that venues that you can choose from, but I will put a link as well where you can find these venues. There is a link in the in the AMC website as well. So the easiest for Sri Lankans or Indians is to in India you can do it there, and for Sri Lankans the easiest way is to get to Singapore to do it. So that will be the easiest, I think. So then now we actually walk towards our clinical exams. So you did your AMC CAT 1 MCQ exam, you got a job offer, and then you applied for AFRA, you got your limited registration, and now you're working. So when you're working in Australia, it's a different story because you earn. And for the AMC clinical exam, the cost is higher than the MCQ exam, and that's 3,500 Australian dollars. Again, the pass rate is quite low, but still you can do it. once you actually start practicing here, then you will know the techniques, tips and tricks, and how to answer questions and everything. So it will be easier, especially for Sri Lankan Smarty doctors. So they will pass, I'm assuring you. So yeah, it's a lot of money actually. You again have to take it really serious, or you can skip that and think, okay, I'm going to work in rural, do a workplace based assessment like my little cousin brother is doing at the moment. So he's working in Tasmania to get his general registration, and he found a place that gives you the workplace based assessments. You know, you find lots of options when you come here and start working, and either you choose your AMC clinical exam path, or you choose your workplace based assessment path. So all these you know, links and information, I'll put them in the description. So as a summary, today what we talked was what are the steps in order to get registration with Medical Board of Australia, which is the AFRA. First you have to verify your credentials or your primary medical qualifications with the ECFMG, and have an EPIC portfolio established or EPIC account established, and then you get your electronic portfolio made by them and approved and verified by them, and then you get your EPIC ID. Then you apply, then you establish AMC portfolio, and then you get your AMC candidate number. Then you apply online for AMC CAT MCQ exam, which is going to cost you $2,720. And also it will add up other things as well, that because you can't do it in Sri Lanka, you have to travel to Singapore, you have to book flights for that, you have to find accommodation to travel, you have to pay for taxis or public transport, for your food. So there are lots of other little costs associated with the whole process to get your exam done, and that's why I'm saying you have to be very serious about it. You just can't, okay, if you have a lot of money, fine, you know, just do it and see what happens. So otherwise you have to be very, very careful and very serious about what you're doing. So I hope that information helped you a little, at least a little bit, and please ask me any questions down below, and ask me what you want to know. Do you want to know more other information related to this topic, or do you want me to talk about any other topic which is related to this topic? So I'm gonna go now, and I hope you will have a great day, and I'll catch you in another little video like this. And for now, see you.